That ended abruptly.
Well, at least that worked out a lot better than it usually does. That's a 6-minute.
You had on.
Say what?
Oh, there you are. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's podcast.
Yeah, I had to fix me.
Today we have Olivia with us. So, Olivia, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. So I'm Olivia, Miami, Florida. I've been here for about 8 years now. And for work, I am a social media manager. I do a lot under the digital marketing realm and eating disorder programs and therapists, etc. That's really what I love to do. And the type of outside of that, outside of work, I am involved with a couple organizations here in Miami, but most importantly is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So for AFSP's Southeast Florida chapter, I'm on the board of directors. I head our marketing committee, and I head our Miami Out of the Darkness Walk, which is a huge event. It's an annual event we do once a year. We bring like 1,000 people together to just bring awareness to suicide, bring community together, and just a day for kind of a safe space for people to just talk about their stories and just have a safe, like comfortable place. And the Out of the Darkness walks are all around the country. I'm a part of the Miami one, of course, but you can probably find one in any big city. It's a national organization, and I definitely recommend anybody and everybody check it out. So yeah, that's mental health and suicide prevention is a big part of my life.
That's awesome. So I think the biggest thing is how do you go around advocating for for people who have, problems with suicide, or how would you go about your, I would have to say, your, um, not necessarily like ritual, but I guess like what would be your go about way of talking to people about suicide prevention, like talking in a setting of, let's say, like 10, 15 people.
What we talk about a lot is community, and that's one thing that I just can't like stress enough. That's so important for everybody that's struggling or not to have in their life is community. And that's easier said than done, of course, but I know. So for me, I lost a friend to suicide 10 years ago. For the first 5 years, I didn't talk at all. It just I never brought it up, and I really struggled. And I realized 5 years into that loss that this isn't really working for me, and just sitting silently and not, I guess, finding like people that had a connection or could relate to me was just, I needed that in my life, and finding AFSP gave me that. So something that's really what I say to everybody when talking about suicide is, find your people and join communities. It could be AFSP, it could be a chess club, it could be really anything. But that's my like number one thing, that when I'm talking to somebody struggling, is recommending just using their voice to people and getting out there. Community is everything. I mean, it truly just is everything, and it's the difference of struggling alone versus having people to count on. So that's really my big thing. That's kind of what I like go around telling everybody, is just find community. And that's relevant to anybody. That's relevant to any room, whether it's there's two people in the room or 3,000 people in the room. That's kind of what I just tell everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I haven't actually personally, like, personally have lost anyone through suicide, but I know in my own spectrum of things, like dealing with suicidal ideation, just feeling really low, not feeling in that same mindset. It's really a, not a great headspace to be in. And I think that, like, I know that this month is also, besides Pride, is also men's mental health awareness as well. And I think even though crazy enough to just like we talk about suicide like a lot, but it's one of those things that it's like cancer. It's one of those like silent killers, and that's something that really really sad.
Yeah. It is. I believe it to be like one of the top three causes of death. I don't quote me. It might be number two, but don't quote me on that. But it is. I mean, it's huge. It's something that everybody has. If you haven't lost someone, maybe you've struggled yourself, or somebody you know has lost somebody or struggled themselves. I mean, it's all around us all the time. Mental illnesses and mental health and suicide. It's something that. I don't know many people who don't have an experience with it. And like you said, being Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and men are 70 to 80% of suicide losses in the States, at least, which is big. And we don't talk about that enough. We aren't talking about men's mental health and how so many men are lost to suicide. And there's this whole be strong narrative to men that, be strong, don't be vulnerable, put your feelings away, be the provider, be the protector. But like, we're not opening up the floor for them to have their feelings and share their feelings. And especially this month, that's something that I've been talking about more this week, is just, everybody deserves a space. Every single human deserves a space to to talk and share and be vulnerable. And yeah, I mean, I think that's like you said, especially important for men. LGBT plus community this month. It's also PTSD awareness month, so there's a lot going on this month worth talking about, and it's all relevant to mental health. And yeah, I mean, it is crazy how many people are affected, and I've learned that in the past 5 years of being a part of AFSP that I'm not alone in my loss and in my own struggles. Just so many people have this experience, and it's so important that we talk about it for everybody, especially the minorities, and for men. Just every human being deserves a safe space.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a really bad mentality in general with that kind of aspect in mental health. Is that men in any sort of, in our community, in the LGBT community, and even cis hetero men, it's really difficult. They are expected to be strong and control your emotions, like, be that big, brave person. And after all, I feel like that's a very, like, hard, privileged, misogynistic way to put things with, hey, you're a guy. You shouldn't, like, women should be the only ones that are emotional and are able to be emotional. Which, I mean, even as a mom, I could never have that for my son because I know how important it is to be able to show your emotions and be vulnerable, and it's not talked enough about. Yeah.
That's a really great message for children and your son, and I hope every mother is giving that message to their son, and I hope in the future this is something, um, just men's mental health in general, that we can move forward and acknowledging. And it's crazy, I still see stuff all the time that's pushing the narrative that men can't be not okay online all the time. And it's just really unfortunate, and I really do hope that we as an entire society really do move towards a point where we can understand and respect that men doesn't choose a type of person. It's relevant to everybody. It's something, it's yeah, I mean, experience we all have in our own. If not somebody somebody you love is struggling. um but yeah, so like I said, I do social media, so a lot of my posts for the past 9 days have been about men's mental health, and just really getting that message out there as best as I can, through my various organization time. And I think that's relevant to everybody, not just men. You don't have to be tough all the time. You don't have to put on a face. It's okay to not be okay. um yeah, this just I just think it's so important that people like recognize that yeah, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to rely on others. It's okay to tell people that things are rough right now. And yeah, I see that we're like moving towards a world where this is becoming more normal and more accepted, but I know we still have a ways to go for sure.
Yeah, we definitely do. I mean, even I don't think people really understand the whole basics of, like, I still take it to, like, to heart and use it as a very big, part of my life is treat people how you want to be treated. And I think that's like, you never know what someone is going through during that day. And I feel like kindness really is a big aspect to consider when talking to people. Even compliments, even a tiny compliment can make someone just, like, you know, reconsider their whole day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely. Yeah, you have no
it's,
idea what like a I like your hair could do.
yeah, yep, you never know what someone is going through during the day. like I think that's the most important thing that when people do in today's day and age with how much access we have to the internet with social media and aspects of bullying or trying to make your life seem like it's perfect on the outside when it's on the inside. We're all messy. We're all messy people, and I feel like that should be consumed more. And it's not like this Martha Stewart lifestyle where everybody's just like this, happy family, and like people have issues, be it mental health or something's happening with their grandparents or their health is declining. It's so many different things that are affecting different people, and it's like it's on like the tip of the iceberg, kind of like well, it's very there, but it's not really thoroughly, you know, empathized. Let's learn more about empathy, and it's definitely needed. Definitely needed.
As far
Um,
as social media, I do work on it, but and wait, like it's my job, but I also see the side of it that's really cruel and terrible, and right, it's not, you know, I think everybody thinks because I work in social media I should like love it, but I mean I see terrible things on the internet, as well as I see people putting on that like face like you said, or showing that Martha Stewart life, and sometimes I even catch my own self game where I see somebody that just went on 10 vacations and they look so happy, and I have to remind myself that my social media makes me look like I'm happy go lucky, and that's not my case. And when I'm comparing myself to the person who just, won an award and posted it, I have to remind myself that's not their entire world. That's the 2% they're showing. Um and so it really is, it's social media is a difficult place to be, and I myself have to tread very cautiously with like who I'm following and the type of content I'm consuming. And I tell people all the time, curate your feed. If you see things you don't like, delete it, block it. There's like words you can block. So if you don't like whatever word, you can block it from entire like seeing it at all. There's so many ways that you can make social media a better place for you to be, but you do have to take those steps. And I would encourage anybody and everybody to take those steps, because I mean, I'll like go through comments and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe people are really saying this. And it's a place that people go to take out their bad energy. I think people have a hard time expressing themselves with their voices in life, so they go to social media and tear others down. And yeah, it really is unfortunate what an effect and children and people that are already struggling. So yeah, that would be that's I tell everybody, curate your feed. Don't feel bad on following somebody or blocking somebody. Don't feel bad if you can't read through comments because you're already having a bad day, and you don't want somebody else's bad day to ruin yours. Um, yeah, but yeah, it social media has really played an unfortunately large part, I'd say, and poor mental health.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that double-edged sword of the like social media and internet can provide, you know, being helped and being seen and connected. And when it like I said, it's that double-edged sword where you can feel that connection and being seen and being helped by people. There's that, dark end of the internet where it's just negative, negative, negative. And even with, news, you have to, like, kind of have a very, like, okay, I need to space away from this. I'm going to have a status. and then maybe come back to it. It's kind of just one of those, like I said, double-edged swords.
That's a great way of putting it. It is a double-edged sword. Because even I'm posting on the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention page, I'm posting on the National Mental Illness work and resources and tools and trying to make this space. And I can see in all the comments of these pages, like, we're community and people connecting with each other, and it really is beautiful. And for like the National Mindfulness, we're sharing support groups online that I'm doing for. So it really is such a great way to and just like, yeah, like that's the office and don't feel guilty. Like I seriously tell everybody just feel guilty about being cautious about what you're consuming. I think that's so important. So yeah, I like that. It's a double-edged sword. That's good.
Oh, there goes Ollie.
Okay. Sorry. So now I know what Greg is talking about static.
I told you I wasn't crazy.
I think it's a phone issue. So I'm having difficulty, so I will have to cut my recording.
I did not hear a word you said.
No, me either. It's very staticky.
It is, and I don't know how to fix that.
I hear you okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Anywho, well, we are gonna have to end our stream, but we appreciate you coming on and sharing your information and your thought process and things like that on social media and the mental health community. And it's been great. And I enjoyed it immensely. And I know Ollie probably did as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And thank you so much for having me. And I totally recommend everybody check out your local American Foundation for Suicide or others. It's a great organization.
We have had a wonderful time having you on. That is amazing. And we appreciate you taking time out of your day to be able to come on and sit and talk with us for a while. So we appreciate you and everything that you do.